What's the first one?
Oh boy, so former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson is warning members of the People's National Party that the 82-year-old party could be banished to the political wilderness if they remain divided. Apparently he was speaking in a report to last Sunday's meeting of the party's NEC, the National Executive Council. Quote, there must be unity of purpose and concentrated political action by the entire party, devoid of acrimony and rancor, and which is not driven solely by personal ambition. At every level, leaders, members and supporters must appreciate that only a united party can fulfill our sacred mission. Mr. Patterson served as the PNP's president from 1992 and 2006.
It was interesting because he said, based on a September 11 request from the party's chairman, Fix Jackson, for it to identify a consensus candidate who would be best able to bring genuine unity and renewal. Mr. Patterson says from early soundings, it had become obvious that such a consensus candidate would not be found. And his team believed that it would not be in the party's best interest to deprive the delegates of the right to choose. There's something else that he says that I found interesting. He said, there is no paucity of analyses. It is the failure to implement that has caused mortal damage. He says, the former president says, our party shelves are creaking with the weight of reports and studies undertaken after defeat. So he was saying that it don't make sense to go back through them again. We must overall retrofit and re-engineer our political machinery. We must replace candidates where necessary and regard recruitment with the same vigor that triggered our fortune previously.
And he's stressing the importance of tools of modern technology, training of the workers to play a big part in their return to the days of political education.
He says we do not win elections if the church, the media, and the environmentalists are hostile to our message. Our policies will not be accepted unless we listen and then formulate our manifesto accordingly.
And he's talking about the importance of the middle class too, restoring the alliance with the middle class without losing sight of people, such as the shopkeepers, taximen, and those in the creative industries, such as culture, entertainment, and sport. So a sound talking to there.
Yep, and if anyone knows it, he certainly does. They rate him as an incredible
politician, strategist,
master.
Yeah. So heed the call, I think he's saying to his party.
Interesting. Interesting that I haven't heard a lot from Mrs. Portia Simpson Miller in all of this.
Right?
Before, during, and after. I think Dr. Phillips was asked a question that Mr. Patterson came out and supported him, but they didn't hear anything from Mrs. Portia Simpson Miller, and Dr. Phillips said, well, he did call. She did call him personally.
But she's not commenting publicly.
I didn't hear too much from her.
Yeah.
So morning, ma'am. Hope all is well. And morning, sir, Mr. Patterson, former Prime Ministers. Students from Penwood High and Coburn Gardens Primary in St. Andrew have benefited from the donation of book vouchers valued at approximately $300,000 and locally made hand sanitizers and face masks from the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, Jamaica. We also gave them instructional cards, which will tell them, the kids, how to wear a mask properly and how to use the hand sanitizers properly. They're also available electronically, so we could provide the information through WhatsApp and the other message platforms. So, good stuff there for both schools. And congrats to the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. Next one.
In the meantime, the Transport Authority is moving to address concerns over the government's CARE program. The concerns being raised by transport operators, some of them at any rate, regarding their eligibility for the general COVID-19 grant under the government's CARE program rolled out by the Ministry of Finance in April of this year. Under that program, owners and operators of public passenger vehicles who are licensed by the Transport Authority up to April 30 of this year and applied to the ministry by June 30 would qualify for a one-off grant. The meeting apparently identified the technical challenges with the classification of some operators and developed strategies to address the payments of grants to those applicants who, at April 30, were licensed by the Transport Authority and would qualify for the program.
The next one, not certain I fully understand, but influential black women are taking over the Instagram accounts of their white counterparts. Well, that was yesterday to mark the start of the UK's Black History Month. Share the Mic UK aims to magnify black women's work, lives, and achievements by bringing together more than 70 women with a combined Instagram following of more than 175 million. The voices of black women have gone unheard, and their incredible works and great success has been unseen by many, reads a post from the campaign account. This needs to change. We want to magnify black women and their experiences. The part that I don't understand is when you say they take it over. What does that mean?
Giving them the opportunity to. So if you have an account, I will take over your account and post from your account. If you have way more followers than I do, to bring attention to this cause.
With my blessing.
Of course, of course.
And
it's a partnership.
And then what you do?
You amplify the voices of the movement. Share the Mic UK, share the Mic Now by the hashtags to mark the beginning of Black History Month. So they're amplifying, as I said, black women's work, lives, and achievements. And so, for example, you have Bernadine Evaristo, who's going to take over Christiana Mampore's account. June Sarpong will be posting to Victoria Beckham's account. Academic and author Emmy Dabiri is pairing up with Gwyneth Paltrow, and so on and so forth. So, it's an initiative there.
This morning at 1 o'clock, President of the United States made an announcement that his wife and...
Was it 1 o'clock this morning?
1 a.m.
They've
tested positive. They were, what's her name? Hope Hicks. And he said, we will get through this together. His wife, who also tested positive, wrote that we are feeling good. So I pray for both of them. Pray that they will make it out quickly. Don't really want anyone to go through this. Was looking at the news and saw my good friend Robert Richards, the former president of the Badminton Association and former national badminton player, and what he has and is going through is not something nice at all. It has damaged his lungs, and he was saying that sometimes he coughs for so long and for so aggressively that he just can't talk. After that, he really...
No man have to deal with some people are away.
Yeah, so...
And you don't know who, young or it doesn't spare anybody.
So I pray
but this has implications now, because he's going to have to quarantine, as all the people that they come into contact with.
So again, we pray that they will all come out of this and come out of it quickly. Last one.
New season of The Voice goes reggae. The coaches of The Voice are getting together from a safe distance. They've done a video to Bob Marley's One Love. Kelly Clarkson, John Legend, Blake Shelton, and returning coach Gwen Stefani did an outdoor performance in the back lot of Universal Studios. And they covered the tune, and it was beautiful. Coach Carson Daly joined on guitar. So,
I like that suit.
Are we going to play some of that? Yay!
Yeah, I like that suit.
What about the let's get together?
Bob Marley.
Make it play now, just make it play.
Bob Marley, bigger in death, incredible.
There's also a Toyota ad that's running, I think, with Ziggy's cover of... Is this song or Don't Worry About a Thing, because they're related?
Quite unfortunate that, I don't know if you read that John Legend, his wife, lost a child, which is always very, very traumatic and stuff. Gosh, don't know what that is about. All right.